night. We have Mama Andi here with us tonight to guide us on our paint night. How are you doing, Mom?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how is everybody in our little community? Doing well, I hope. The rain has finally ended here for us. We had about a week of rain. It's been very, very dreary. Finally saw the sun today and it warmed up a little bit, which was awesome.
It was very
And
nice.
yeah, everybody, welcome. I'm glad you decided to join our little paint night tonight. And I hope you enjoy it. It's about a little boy or girl walking with a few little ducks and ducklings. And it's a wide variety of colors tonight. So we have, I think the description of the material supplies should be in the description. And I am using a canvas board like I did last time, and it's a 9x12. And it's very smooth textured, so I don't need to sand them down. And my painting tools tonight is a large flat brush, a medium flat brush, and call this one a small, I would say. And we have a round brush, and it's a number 9, but you know, you don't want to go too big, you don't want to go too small. It's kind of in the middle-ish. And I have a little smaller one here in case it's a number 1. And then I have another little small one too as well, just in case. I think he's a 3/0, and a detailed script liner, detail brush, script liner, whichever you want to call it. And of course, we may change our brushes as we go. And if I do, I certainly will shout them out. Andi brought up a little subject last time. She asked a question about student grade paint. So I briefly tried to explain to her as much as I could. I wasn't really prepared for that whip question. But student grade paint basically is just a very, very low grade acrylic. It's very fast drying, and you have to work fast with it, I find. If you don't, you won't blend as good if you don't work fast. So the pigment in it as well is not as vibrant as you would get in, like, say, a high quality paint slash professional. And it's a liquid. You can get professional paint in liquid. Well, I just put it out on my palette here. So it's very, runny. It's good for getting into the bristles of your paintbrush, of course, for sure. We also have, I'll go to, now that one was called Crafter's Acrylic. I just get it at our local Dollarama. And we also have another student grade. It's under Apple Barrel, and that is just a liquid paint as well. I get myself all paint, and I haven't even really started yet. And you can also get this brand name. It's called Acrylic, and that's just a low grade paint as well. And then you can get this. I buy this at the local Dollarama as well. It's in a little tube. You can get a pack of those, all different colors. I'm not sure how many's in a pack, but this is like a little thicker. But you still have like it's the oils. So if you put it out on your palette, you're going to have this swoosh it around a little bit. I find the get rid of the oil. Now that's like those these acrylic low grade paint as well. If they're sitting a while and you're not using them, please shake them really good before you use them, because the oils tend to seep up to the top of your paint, and then when you go to squirt it out on your palette, all you're getting is oil. Okay, so then we have, and I find these here, like, they're good, kind of okay for, like, not bad for your palette knife. They go on pretty good. You can spread it half decent. And this one kind of just wants to run off the palette knife. So it's not as good for your palette knife, okay? And then we have what we call Liquitex Basics. This here was just a sample pack that I had come from Liquitex. And you can also buy the big ones. I purchased these at Michael's. And these are kind of more of a heavy body paint. See that? See the big difference? So we're getting up now to our grade now is getting up a little bit from your student grade, kind of like, well, I still would call this one a student grade, but he's a little more thicker. And then you got this one, right? He's really thick. And he's really good for your palette knife. He really stays on nice. So your grade now is starting to go up. And the pigment is really, really nice. So this one is an ultramarine blue, I believe. And like, this one will be like really close to that color. This is a peacock blue in the student grade. But you see the difference? The pigment is really, and I think this one could be like a, right? So it's more on a gray or like tone, but now, and this is a green in the Liquitex Basic. He's a bit creamier. I find that blue is a little more, I don't know why, it was always a bit more coarser. And now we're going to go a step up. We're going to golden. Golden is pretty much not the most professional paint in this one. Now you can get the professional. Hold on now. This one is a heavy body, but he's not the professional heavy body, but he's close. So I'll put that one out on the palette as well. So he's really creamy.
Very thick.
Yeah. Now it's not quite, he's a little bit thicker than that green, I do believe. Yeah, he's a little bit, you can find, he's like, for me to spread that out, like it's the texture of it, you can feel it on your palette knife, it's really sticky.
It almost looks like gouache.
So, like, you know, you can scrape it up really nice and pick it up, move it around, whichever, you know, with your palette knife. And this is only just a little, just a Dollarama palette knife. I'm saying Dollarama, I mightn't have even got it Dollarama, but it's next thing to it. I might have just got it at our local Dollar General. So, you know, these paints, you can pretty much move them around with ease. You know, those higher grade paint. Now this one here, like I said, is not too bad. But just imagine trying to pick, you know, it just drips, right? So that is kind of just a quick little tutorial now on those different grades of paint. And I find too, like, I had one here, I don't remember, I think it's the Liquitex, and even the golden, like, you kind of sometimes got to really make sure your brush is really nice and damp. And sometimes you might have to add extra water, because I find it don't spread as easy because it's so thick. But this here, you hardly gotta add, you know, any water with it at all, right? It's very, very loose. But we will start now with black. We put some black. I'm just using the apple barrel.
Shake your paint.
Shake the paint. And, ew. That's gross. And white. Do I have white? Yes. But now we don't need much black. I put probably a little bit too much black on my palette there, but that's okay. Ooh.
Woo!
So now we're going to mix that black and white together and make a very, very light gray. So you don't need very much black. Ooh, I got red on my canvas, but that's okay. So we're going to pick up our large brush and we're going to get in damp. Right now, and just scrape the excess water and damp it off on your paper towel. I'm going to pick up some white and some black. Just put the black on the corner. You can have the rest white, just a little bit of, and we're going to paint this with our canvas this way tonight. Ooh, just dripping off. See what I mean by that paint? um, because that's the way to. Will we go that way or will we go the other way, Andrew? I think the other way. Hey.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be painting vertical just because I don't have the space to paint the other way. Hi,
Yeah,
Frock. Welcome in.
So we're going to paint our strokes kind of this way, on a diagonal this way. And if you want it a bit grayer, you can certainly have it a bit grayer. That's entirely up to you. I think I will have that corner up here a little bit darker. Now remember though, this your acrylic paint do dry darker. So keep that in mind. So now, right in the middle here, we got a bit of brown. But it's not a real dark brown. So I'm just going to get my yellow. Just put out a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to mix it with any brown you have, like a light brown. Doesn't have to be a dark brown. Mine is called cinnamon. And the yellow I used was bright yellow. But of course, any yellow or brown that you have. So I'm just going to mix it very roughly on my canvas here. But I want it more yellow. But I kind of want it like a golden yellow in the middle here. I'll wet my brush a bit. Now with that, I am going to pick up a little tiny bit, it's just a little smidge of black here. And some white, okay? And I am going to put the black up top that way. I am going to go over that yellow a little bit because that yellow kind of is faded into the background a bit, okay? And it's dark down in the, so I'm sorry if I'm working fast, but I just explained like where we're using student grade paint. This is going to dry on you pretty quick. And I'm using this canvas board, which is dry. It's a dry canvas board. So it's going to dry extra quick for me.
So you mixed yellow and brown together?
Yes. Yellow and the brown. Make it like a golden yellow. And if you want, you can add that yellow in again. And you can have so much yellow and less yellow as you want. Put that up in that corner too. Really smush that paint down in there. Alrighty. And clean your brush really well, because after using black, we don't want that. But then again, we probably won't be using that big brush anymore anyway.
It's still good to clean your brush very well so that you can reuse your brush again in the future.
Well, I usually clean them after anyway. When I'm done, I usually get a bit of soap, gentle soap, and warm water, and give them a good scrubbing. You can also buy a brush cleaner as well. And I should show you what I use to get it right in the bristles. 1 second there.
Yeah, we use I think if you still use the same thing, it's a little tray that was used for perler beads.
Yes.
So
yes,
I know
is.
that perler beads are coming back right now.
Are they?
So if anyone does perler beads at home, that's what we use to clean our brushes.
Yeah, you have the little spikes here, and you can really get right in your bristles. But I'll give you a tip. Don't go back and forth like that with your bristles, okay? Push it right down to this part here is what you call this part here, which is your ferrule. When you push your bristles down and that touches, just haul one way and then turn your brush over and haul again. Don't go back and forth because you'll ruin your bristles on your brush, okay? Now, I'm going to have to turn the hair dryer on to dry that part.
Is there anyone still working on this part before we need to move on? Just asking for anyone that may be painting along. Blink twice. I accidentally put gray instead of yellow in the middle of my painting.
Give you a bumblebee hug, but don't worry, it doesn't ting. Okay?
Hi Spike, welcome in. Oh, you're working on a Taylor Swift piece, Logan? I want to see that when you're done. I'm glad that you're working on some art.
Yeah, my yellow is yellow. Not golden yellow, but that's okay. That's the sun trying to come out.
I think I might have used gold instead of yellow. So it actually looks a bit more gold, which is cool.
I did have gold, or like an antique gold or something it's called, but I could not find it, so I don't know if it's all gone or I just was there and I just didn't see it. So we have to draw the little boy or little girl, whichever. So it's about 3/4 of the way down the top of the umbrella and about 1 inch in, approximately right there. Then it kind of chips down to about 3/4 of the way up there, about halfway, a little less than halfway over this way, kind of just divots down.
I have to grab my hair dryer so that I can trace my drawing. So I will be back.
So about like that, I guess. So, and then it kind of just, how many bumps? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. About. Just comes down right in the middle here. Kind of like that. That might not be long as that, but. And the back of his foot is kind of right here. Comes down. And it kind of whirls out. And then the other part of his head is right here. Face. And the hood dips in like a half a moon type thing. And his chest comes out here. His hand is out further than his chest, so we come down. So the umbrella must come right there. Pay attention to the little details, I guess. Hey. Down. And then I'm going to do this like this. Back a little bit more. Front, just down straight. Back kind of dips out. And he got little pants on. And the other one's like this, kind of walking forward. Boot. Boot. Do. Little nub here. Do. And the other boot this way. Up on his heel, kind of. Do. Alrighty then. Anyway, come down further here, right? Might look funny right now, but it'll be okay once it's painted. Now I got the little duckies. So I'm going to draw a line. So if you want to use a ruler, you can. I certainly might. The bottom of his foot. Just want to draw a little line. This can be erased after. Want to keep them all in line. Pardon the pun. So now we got a little, the head on this one, or the beak, comes up to about here. I'm going to draw just a little reference line right there. Let me try to do this a little bit. Because he's kind of like looking up, kind of. He's a bit happy. A little circle and little beakers. 3 beakers. It's gonna be big with the chalk. I have to small it down a bit. gonna look like? Not quite round. It's kind of like that, I guess. And it comes down, and it comes down. And in the body. What else? The wing. You got the feet.
I also do have a sketch of this in the Discord if anyone wanted to use it. If you have carbon paper and tracing paper, you can definitely trace it onto your media that you are painting on.
How many duckies is it? 4. 4 little duckies. 4 little duckies. So his face. Come here. There's not much of a face here. And his arm. And it goes down about there. Do. His hand around there. There we go. Or you can make that umbrella bigger if you want. Right there. There we go. There. It's got a very long way of that thing. Alrighty. Now, if you wanted to, it got a bit of white there as well in the background, so that's why I suggested a fan brush. So I got a fan brush and I got a rake, we call it a rake brush. Right here, the bristles is really thin and then it kind of gets thick down at the bottom. I'm just going to use the rake brush. You can use a fan brush too. I'm just going to get it wet, damp, and I'll pick up a bit of white. I'm going to wipe it off a bit. And in the background here, we got almost like storm weather, like rain. So just very lightly touching this brush on the canvas. Okay. Very lightly. We just got, we'll turn on an angle here on a side and just give a little whiffsies. We just got it here and there. And got some kind of behind in here. Do. We got some like just and I'm going to get the brush a little wetter and put some, I'm just going to right around, and there's a few little like stormy drops. And I'm just going to barely touch them with my finger, just barely. I know it's on and it'll be covered up, so I just wants to make sure I don't see no bumps under my paint. Alright. Alrighty. Now, we're gonna do the umbrella, I guess, first. So I can go with the green, since I got to do that first, I guess. Now it's up to you what color green you use this. I got what you call a hunter green. I thought I had a hunter green and a Christmas green. Ooh, kind of mixed those two together. Now I got hiccups. Oh. You can use a small flat brush for this or the round brush. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to use the round brush, I think. And it's the number 9. So I'm just mixing that green, hunter green and Christmas green together. Just give me a different color green, that's all.
I couldn't see what you were doing on your palette. I don't know what you were doing.
I was mixing the hunter green and the Christmas green, just mixing it together, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just added a little tiny bit of water to my brush because that brush seems like it was a bit dry. And if you are using as well the student grade paint, sometimes it don't cover very well, I find, certain colors that you're painting over. So I suggest that you can base coat underneath. So I just painted that green and it's not covering well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to base coat here now with white. And I'm doing each section, even though I'm only base coating. I'm not going to do them, okay, I'm just going to paint right over the whole umbrella. I still want, if you do it this way, you're going to actually see the actual segments in your umbrella. If I just paint it over one stroke, one just base coat, your umbrella is going to look flat. And we want it to look round or whatever. Give it a bit of dimension. And try to keep your brush strokes the one way. Like in the shape. Keep it like in the shape of your umbrella. Like your umbrella is curved, right? So you want your brush strokes curvy. Okay, I'm gonna dry that now. Color I'm using now is called Peacock Blue. You might never have that color, I don't know, but it don't have to be the same color blue. It can be any blue you wish. And the white's not quite dry yet, but that's okay. I'm picking up the white, as you can see. I think I'm going to change over to a small flat. I'm getting brush strokes from that brush. I am with that one too, so I'm going to have to dry that white more. Alright, try her again. That's better. Yellow. They call me mellow yellow. They call me mellow yellow. No, red. I'm going to use that red from, I'm not sure it was golden or Liquitex. But you're going to see a big difference in the color.
Yeah, I didn't put a base down because my other colors were showing up really well, and now I'm struggling with my yellow.
Yeah. I just had to wet my brush a bit because the difference in the texture of the paint, it wasn't spreading like I wanted it to. Now, I'm going to do that green over again. We'll do that blue over again. The yellow looks fine. And the red is fine. And I'm going to dry that. So with the top of the umbrella, it's lighter. So I'm going to mix. So I'll take that mixed green. We don't need much, just a little bit, and pull it to one side. So just that mixed green, and we're going to just pull it one side here. Pretty much what's on my brush is going to do it. And I'm going to take a bit of white. Just make a little bit of a lighter green. Get that. So just a very, very light green. And we're just going to hit very lightly, just hit the top of that umbrella. And leave it streaky. We're just barely touching. the canvas, okay? I'll clean my brush. And we're going to do the same for the blue. So we're just going to take a little bit of that blue and just put it to the side here. And get a bit of that white and just mix it. And I'm just going to tap a little bit off on a paper towel. And we're just going to hit the top of the umbrella again. Very, very lightly. And the yellow, we're going to do the same. Yellow, not really going to see it. I'm going to have to go more white. Alrighty. Maybe even more white than that. And the red, be careful with the red because the red will turn pink. And we really don't want to say pink. So I'm just going to pick a little tiny bit of that red. Alrighty. Alright, let's just barely touch it. Alright, now, on the bottom, it's a bit dark. So, go from red to the other side now. So just pick up a bit of red and you're going to add a little bit of black to it. You don't want very much. And you don't want this dark very much. So we're just going to kind of just pick up a little bit on the bottom. Okay. Maybe a little bit on the side. That's it. No. Okay. And the yellow is brown. So we can mix a bit of brown in with yellow. And we're going to do basically just the same thing. Don't want to do very much, even dab it out with your finger. And I'm going to pick up pure yellow and just kind of just blend that together. Don't want it too brown. There we go. And the blue, we're going to pick up blue and just a smidge of black. Okay. Tap it in with your finger. Oops. And green, we're going to use black as well. And I will pick up a bit of just all green. Just blend that in like I did with the yellow. And I'm going to pick up a bit of blue and just blend it in. There we go. Now, on the top of the umbrella, and if you got an old scruffy brush, this would work perfect. So, what have we got? Old scruffy brush, and I'm just going to take white and just pick up some white and just dab it off, just around into your brush and just swipe it off. And we got like a little bit of rain, whatever, hitting off the top of the umbrella, so I'm just flicking it out. Pick up a bit more white and I don't want too much there, so just flick it off the top, the umbrella. And make sure you're hitting the umbrella, like the actual painted umbrella, like just don't come to the edge of it. Okay. And right here at the end, we got like a real bladder right here, really coming up. Okay, we got one right here. All right. Now. So his raincoat. I think I'm going to base coat that white first. And I'm just using kind of like a small flat. You can use whichever brush is comfortable for you at this particular size of image. And I'm going to paint right over his arm. I can always put that back in. I won't paint over his hand, that way then I'll keep that as a reference.
You can put his arm back in. That sounded funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget to flare out your raincoat on the back. Can you see this okay? Is it too far away?
I think I can see it fine, but I don't know how chat's finding it. Can everyone in the chat see Mama Andy's painting okay? We have a perfectly fine. Thank you. We have a quiet peanut gallery, I guess. But one person said perfectly fine. Another person said looks good. Thank you.
Alrighty. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to do his boots, I think. So, I think I'm going to base coat his boots too. Because red can be transparent too as well. So, just want to base coat his boots. And the boots is out a little bit from his pants.
That was something I actually learned from someone I watched on YouTube that did a lot of people. They said that if you visualize your person as a silhouette and just black it all out, you should be able to tell where the boots are, where the legs are, where the jacket is, or shirt, or hands and arms. Like if you were to silhouette it, you would be able to tell which part is which. That makes your people kind of look better.
Yeah.
That was one of their tips, and since I've been doing it, I've been liking my people more because you know you can kind of see dimensionally where things start and end.
Yeah, because like if you put on a pair rubber boots, I find especially because they're not designed to cozy your calves. If you put on a pair of rubber boots, when you put them on, you can almost look down into your boot, right? The top of your boot.
Yep.
And I think that boot is a little bit too big.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That just makes them seem more childlike, that's all.
We have a big boot. We have a big boot. So, I'm going to base coat it yellow. Base coat it yellow, sorry. Put the yellow on top. But what I'm going to do when I put the yellow on up here, I'm going to directly put the brown on top because it is a bit darker. And I didn't want to put brown on there per se. I want to put the yellow on first. Now I can totally just go right on down with the yellow. Probably just what I'll do. And I'll put that brown on after. Yeah.
Vesro Gaming has resubscribed to the Hive.
Thank you for the resub, Bruce.
What?
Bruce subbed and just resubbed. It's called a resub. So like if you sub every month, you can redeem a resub to let the subscriber or like let the Twitch content creator know how long you've been subbed for. Thank you for the 8 months. Also, you just seen the new redeem or the new yeah, the new alert. There you go. That's the word.
It's funny how sometimes we can't get the words we want to
Give
say.
you a bumblebee hug, but don't worry, it doesn't
You know in your
ting.
head, but it won't come out.
Okay?
Yeah, tip of the tongue phenomenon.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that brown, that cinnamon brown. Might just add a little tad bit of white. And there's still yellow in my brush. I'm going to dab it off a bit. I'm just going to pull down some of that brown. Might have to go back over with a bit yellow. I don't want it too dark. So I'm just going to clean my brush off. Right up, and I'm just going to bring down, pick up some of that yellow. Just go over it. Very lightly. And it comes down fairly far, but as this comes down, it gets a bit lighter. So I'm just repeating, just going over and over that same color, just very lightly. I don't want to pull the paint off the canvas. Just lightly touching it. We're just going to bring it down until basically it runs out off my brush. And I'm turning my brush over, getting all that brown off. And so his arm's about right here, because it's still dark. So probably what I'll do, I'll wait till his arm is on, then I'll put the rest of the brown on. So what I'll do there now is I put the arm on. So what I'm going to do is just pick up a little tiny bit of brown and mostly yellow, because his arm is a bit dark anyway. So his hand's there. Very lightly with that brown and yellow. Just going to outline his arm. And it comes down. Yeah, we kind of got a little there. I'm gonna wet the brush a bit more.
I'm still painting the base layer for the jacket and boots.
Okay. I got big boots. My granddaughter got your niece too, got a book, and it's about his boots. It's a cat wearing boots, and he goes out and he gets his boots dirty, and he's saying, "Well, I don't care. It's my boots," or something like that. It's cute little. Of course, then when I said I got big boots, that's what I thought of it.
Yeah, that's cute. I don't know what I did with my small round brush. I got an art update. Must check.
I got big boots. That's gonna be stuck in my head now. Now, its face. It's like I did put orange. Did I put orange in the description? If I
Yes.
didn't, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yes.
I did. Oh, right. So we're going to use. I'll go back to his coat in a minute. So for his face, or her face, we're going to put out a bit of orange. You only need a little dab, do you? And this one is called Pure Pumpkin, and it's in it's the Deco Art brand, the Crafters Acrylic. So we're going to pick up a bit of, just a little bit orange. Just a little tiny, because it's only a small surface. So a little bit of orange, a little bit of brown, bit of that yellow. Trying to make a flesh tone here. And a little smidge of white. Because it is flesh tone, but it's still a bit shaded. Okay. So I just got my small flat here. You could use a round brush if you wish. His little nose. I'll round it out here a bit. So this is a bit light, it's a bit darker than that. So I am add a little bit more brown. Put it in there. Mainly towards the hood. Kind of wants it a bit darker towards right next to the hood. Just tapping it in there and just hollow it out towards his front of his face here. And as I'm going, I'm making his face bigger, as you do. I just want to give him a little bit of a forehead, a little bit of a nose. Oh, now I got his face gone. So it's no trouble. I can fix that. No trouble. There's always a way to fix it. Oh, get a little bit of black. A bit of that white. it that way. Do, do, do. Yeah. Now, there's always a way. When
I
there's a will,
forgot
there's
their
a way.
hood.
What's that?
I forgot their hood.
Oh, the birds are singing. Birds are singing.
At this time of night?
What happened? I lost you.
Me?
Well, the
The stream?
on my iPad. Yeah, come on. Hello. Okay, there. Let me see. Just trying to see. So his hand is cupped around. So it just comes out and kind of goes down straight almost to make it look like his hand is cupped around that umbrella handle. We can put almost like a little thumb there. Okay. And on top of his hand is pure white. And there's gonna be a little white highlight right on the tip there. There you go. Alright, now back to his coat. So, pick up some yellow. And we're gonna just yellow, and I'm gonna wipe it off a bit. Still not very much on there. I'm gonna go right over where the brown and that, but you can still see it. Gonna put in his sleeve here. You're gonna still see that brown underneath. And I am gonna pick up a little tiny bit of brown with that yellow. And give his arm a bit dark here. More brown. Tap it in if it's too dark. Just tap it in with a bit with your finger, or just taking a little bit of yellow. So we don't want it too dark. And then we got a bit underneath here. I'll put in a bit heavy first. Now I'm just going to clean my brush. Just get pure yellow. Go over it and haul it down. Make sure you just get rid of the dark edges here. Pure yellow again, and just until your keep coming down. It runs out here. If you want, you can pick up a little bit more brown and kind of just darken a little bit, brighten underneath that arm. Very lightly haul down. Clean your brush. Clean with a clean brush now, just gonna go over it. And just blend it in a bit. Okay. And that's like, and get a bit more yellow. And go over this. Go up on this top of his sleeve here. Okay. And with a bit more brown. I just don't want to make sense. So sometimes layers, you got to do this in layers sometimes, I find. I don't want to do that too much. So pick up brown and just wipe it off into your paper towel bit. I'm going to pick up a little tiny bit of yellow and wipe it off a little bit. Just go over that. Okay. Like I said, sometimes you got to do it in layers. I'm going to pick up a bit of brown because I think there's a little bit of brown on his sleeve right here. So we're going to pull it this way. Right over to his elbow right there. Wipe off the brown. I'm not going to clean my brush. I'm going to pick up a bit of that yellow. And just go over it a little bit. Very lightly. on his cuff. And we're going to go up and down this way for his cuff. Okay. Go. Now, on top of his sleeve, there's white. Bit of white here, and it goes down. Just touch it a bit. It's a bit right it goes right over on top of his cuff here. And right on the edge of his coat. Right on that tail end here. Just gonna pull it out. Up very lightly. And there's some right in the front corner as well. Okay. Now, this is where the liner brush comes in. The detail brush, liner brush. Now, whatever size you got. So we're just gonna get them wet. I'm gonna have to pick up or put out some black a little bit. Don't want very much. Ooh.
I've been using the liner brush a lot already.
So I'm just going to pick a clean spot on my palette. Just put out some water off of. Just picking water up from with my brush, and I'm going to pick up some of that black and put in that water. Make it like a ink, pudding ink consistency, and roll your bristles. Roll your brush. Make your bristles like pointy. Okay, and we're going to do our top on our umbrella. It's a little bit bigger in the bottom, not much, just a little smidge. And as you come up, you're going to go right into a point. Okay, and then so you don't go. Remember now, you don't go on top of the hand. So he comes out approximately right here. By the thumb and stop, and then right as it comes out the hand, it's gonna curl. Okay, and now we're going to outline his face. And the umbrella. So wherever, just fit in between, don't really matter where, just sporadically, because your rain is there. Just sporadically fit in the line for your top of your umbrella, with no here or there's. And come down a little bit because you got points. Alrighty. This is really going to make your umbrella pop.
The black lining, yeah.
Now, we forgot his pants. So you can base coat it, the pants white too, if you wish. All depends on how much coverage your paint gives you. But I will do it. So while I got the white out and we're waiting for the white to dry, I'm going to do my little white ducky. So I get my round brush. I think I'm going to use this one, the number 1. And when you put your round brush in your paint, twirl it around as well too to get that nice point as much as you can. So I'll go up a little further than I did originally. Okay. So around and around. Get my brush a bit more wetter. Very, very skinny neck. Down and around and around and around. The feather, the wing comes in like that. Just look out. Oh no, not much to it really. And then the little bottom feathers. Look out. Do 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 do. And a little orange biggie. Very happy. He's very happy.
It's cute. I'm gonna post an update of how mine is looking in anything art in the Discord if anyone wants to take a peek.
His little feetsies. Now those little ones is like an orange, like a yellowy browny color. I'm gonna go a little darker than the original. I know. Base color kinda with a browny color. Kinda just doing like a not much to those. I mean, not much detail to them. Little tricky center tails. Only a circle, half a circle on the bottom, little flickies. Do them in. dries, I'll go over with yellow then. So, while we're waiting for that to dry, get our little liner brush out again. And we will line the arm. And we have a little button. And remember, don't cover up your highlights and your lowlights. And the hand. She's coming around the mountain. And I don't see no buttons for his coat. I'm saying him, sorry, could be her.
I think there are buttons for the coat on the reference. There's a pocket and 2 buttons, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it there now. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Now, is it coming around the mountain? Now, blue. Blue, blue. And I'm just using that peacock blue. And I would normally, my brush strokes would normally be up and down on these pants, but where is such a small area, I just decided to go crossways. Gives me a little bit more control. And it is a bit dark on the sides, on the back end of his pants here, so we're just going to put a little shadow here. And I just added a little bit of black to the blue. Okay, and we have one here. I think there's a little one underneath here. And I'm going to pick up a little tiny bit of white. I don't need very much. And there's a little highlight on the front of his pants here. And his boots. So I'm going to pick up a bit of that red and a bit of that black. And right in the middle of his boots, get a shadow. And part over here. And same with this one. It's not the full boot. So now we have white. Now I am going to touch a little bit of that red in there. Now and we have Polite and his boot here. And the front. And the part of his toe. And same on this one. Now to tie all that together, I'm going to pick up a bit of that dark red. I just go over the, just a little tiny bit over the white, just to kind of just blend it a little bit. Just get rid of the raw edge. Couple a little bit more. Fix one. There we go. Alrighty, now we pick up that liner brush again. And we're going to outline pants and the boots. Get all the filter here too now. Giving a little heel type of thing. I think I'm going to make a little divot there. Little one. Now, I'm going to give this ducky very lightly on him. And a beaky. Eye. Now, those little ones. Those little ones. I do remember. Oh, yeah, there you are. I'm gonna pick up yellow. Yellow. Let's go over. Yeah, not much for those anyway. And a bit of orange just to give them a little beaky. Just a little one. And we shall do our nose. Don't have to be very particular with these little ones. There's not much detail anyway. Eye. And the beak. Find too sometimes if your liner brush isn't wet, kind of freeze on you. You find that, Andy?
Yeah, I'm always wetting them anyway. That's
Yeah.
I mentioned this before we started streaming, is like the fine tip ones that I have. The store
Yes.
that I bought them from, they said to always continuously wash them and wet
Wet 'em.
them, and that might be why.
Okay, so where did you purchase them?
Sword and Shield. Or
And where is
Sword and
that?
Steel. I'll tell you after stream, I guess. Or I can say where, I guess, but Duckworth Street is where it's called.
Oh, okay.
I always
Just-
called it Sword and Shield, but it's Steel, Steele. It's a shop that sells Dungeons and Dragons minis
Oh.
and like figures and things like that. So you need really fine brushes for those really
Yeah.
tiny figures. Yeah.
So I will give them an eye. There you go. Oh,
But
we
I
forgot to
find
put the
them
pocket.
really good because like I find them really good because I think they're like quality brushes, and also because like you can't really find any this small anywhere else. Like my very fine one, I keep a little like protector on it all the time so that it doesn't fray.
Okay, that came out a bit dark.
But I added rain to the sky, and I did the ground bit. I don't think I'm going to be doing the reflection just because I don't think I can sit through that long and paint that long for myself anyway.
Okay.
So I just didn't do the reflection for my painting.
Right.
So I'm gonna sit back and watch you.
Well, eye's almost done now.
Are you gonna add your reflection?
Where did you say?
The reflection
yes.
underneath, yeah.
Underneath. Yeah. Yeah, I never give him much room, did I? I can still manage to get it in there, though. Okay, should have went up. Should have. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our red. And we're going to water it down. Like we did for our black. really water it down. And we're just gonna mimic the boots and the pants and the coat, really, basically. It's just gonna be just a basic shape. I just kind of just could do it that way a little bit first. Just get the gist of it in there, and then a bit of blue. I'm going to water that down. Now these pants. And yellow. And we're going to mix a little tiny bit of brown in it, because there is brown in the coat. So I'm not going to get much room for mine, but you'll get the gist of it.
I'll return very shortly.
Okay. And got a bit of black in there, so you got black in his coat too. Now, just gonna dry it. While I'm drying it. Now, and the same for the white duck. I'm gonna water that white down. It's kind of very skewed here. Just gonna rub it in a bit. And while I'm drying it, I never mentioned last time. I'll brush it a little bit wet. I don't want it too harsh there. I'm kind of just gonna rub it with my brush while it's drying. So now with the duckies, looks like the last one got a little bit more than the rest of them. So just a little tiny bit of these. And I'm going to take a bit more of that white out. Not liking what I just put there. With this here, with this acrylic, you can wipe it pretty much. Let me redo that one, I think. There's blue in there. Oops. More this way, like this. Now, what we're going to do now is you take this round brush and you can sign your painting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to sign mine, and I'm going to sign it right on the back of his jacket. Mimic him and just water your paint down. Mm-hmm. And I think it come out lovely. Lovely, lovely.
I like it.
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we always have a vote in the Discord on what we paint for every month. So if you guys are interested in that, I did put the Discord in the chat if you want to join and participate in one of our polls. We try to paint these every last Sunday of the month for the community, and we like you to join us if you would like to. So we always put in the materials, and we provide a sketch. We try to make it as interactive as possible for anyone that does want to join. And then they also go up on YouTube usually about a week and a half later, so that if you want to do it after stream, you definitely can, or if you want to look at it later for more reference, it's there as well. So thank you so much, Mama Andi, for hosting another paint night.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm going to lift it up so maybe you can see a little better.
Couldn't see the full canvas.
Oh, okay.
We'll say goodnight to Mama Andi.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bees demand to shake their booties.
Have a good rest of your night. See you next time.
We're having a dance party first before, I guess. Let's go. I hope y'all can hear it. Get up and shake your booties. It's dance party time.
Shake, shake, shake your silly and shake, shake.
Can everyone hear it?
I can't hear it.
I think everyone on stream can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can. Put in those dancing emojis. Dance, dance, dance. Chan's laying down. Get up and dance. I know that you were laying down. You probably can't. It's okay.
Ooh.
Shan. Whoa, we are young. Thank you for the dance. Okay, now we'll say goodnight. Thank you so much, Mama Andi, for hosting yet another successful paint night. We're hoping the last Sunday of the month, so that will be the 25th of May. We will, what's the word? Not the guarantee, but like that's the kind of word I'm trying to look for. If that will happen on the 25th or not in Discord. So look out for that. Good night, everyone.